What's up everybody, it's your boy Proftrof and we are back again with another Gigguk video. We haven't seen much of Gigguk in a while, so I figured fuck it, he released a new video yesterday, let's check it out. This is the anime only true gamers watch. Let's see it. I don't know what this is gonna be, but I'm excited.
I have a confession to make. There's a secret I've been keeping from you all that I'm ashamed to admit, but we're close enough, right? This is a safe place. I feel it's time you knew the person I really was. I play League of Legends.
Oh.
I know, I'm sorry.
Hey bruh, same, it's okay.
Okay, I don't want to shatter the image of this decent, respectful human being that you have of me, but I just needed to get this off my chest, okay? I have such a love-hate relationship with League, or a hate-hate relationship with League, or just a hate relationship. I just hate League. What the fuck do I still keep playing? Because no matter how much I think
I won't be honest with you, I have the same fucking relationship with League. Sometimes I'm like, I'm playing the game, I get the same clowns I always get. One of them dies, they start threatening that they're gonna kill each other's parents, light up their houses on fire, and I'm just standing there being like this. This is the 3rd minute of the game. I cannot even surrender. I need to wait 12 more minutes with these degenerates in order to be able to surrender, and one of them is probably gonna say no so they can keep insulting each other. And then you're like, okay, I love playing League of Legends.
We've done
It's
from
exciting.
it. There's been one single reason I keep coming back. I love esports. I barely play League anymore, but the esports scene is so good, I inevitably keep...
I haven't watched esports in a while. Like, I haven't watched the LCS in a fucking while. Probably 2 years. I used to be a huge fan of it though. Like watching Faker, watching the good old... Wait, one second. Okay, we're back. Yeah, all my League fans, y'all remember when Moscow 5 was the best team out there in season like 2, 3? Those were the good times. Those were the good League times.
Keep up with it, and because of this, every so often I get the urge to boot up a game myself, and every time I do, within one game I get reminded why I'd rather watch a group of 5 people hating their own life rather than experiencing it myself. It's something I'm so into, I even attended the 2018 World Finals to cheer on my European representatives, where I witnessed a miracle happen in front of me. KDA debuted, and it made League cool for like a week. And then I watched my team get absolutely demolished. Of course, this isn't just limited to League. Evo, CSGO, Dota 2, not you Overwatch League, go back in your own corner. There are so many magical moments I've seen in esports for games like...
Okay, CSGO esports is amazing. I'm just gonna say
I don't even
I loved it when you could bet items on your team that you want to win, and if they win you get more items, if they don't win, well, you lose everything. Those are the good days of CSGO gambling online.
I think it's fucking great. Okay, we get it, Gigguk, but what has this got to do with anime? For the longest time, I've wanted an esports anime, given that a lot of esports is already riddled with anime-esque plot lines, and there's so much promotional material that is heavily anime-inspired, and given how hype we know traditional sports anime can be, translating esports into anime seems like a match made in gamer girl heaven. But competitive gaming in anime is almost non-existent. In fact, games are normally used as a set piece for a more casual affair, or it's just used as a base for another fucking isekai world. The gamers in anime are like pro gamers, but without the pro. So, what does that even make them?
Casual
Gamers?
shits.
Oh, ew, gross. Get that shit out of here. Oh, give me a second while I throw open my Secret Labs gaming chair. But a few years ago, China said, it's cool, Japan. Hold my Razer Death Adder Elite gaming mouse.
I have one of those, by the way.
The King's Avatar, that's as close as we've come to an esports anime so far, and yes, I know it's not technically an anime, but a Chinese animation, or donghua for all you hip kids out there. But shut up and let me clickbait, alright? Originating from a web novel that has now been adapted into a manga, live action series, and of course anime, season 2 of the anime just finished
live
airing.
action
The amount of
series?
shows airing this season and the 2020 anime fan experience being not watching anime, it doesn't really surprise me that no one even seems to know this show fucking exists. So, I'm gonna talk about it. The King's Avatar takes place in a world where people play games for money. Yeah, Mom, it's really a thing now.
Okay, so far, as anyone that has seen League of Legends esports, y'all remember the old girl League of Legends team that was supposed to shine on the scene, show that female gamers were as good as male gamers. Yeah, I remember how well that went. So this is already unrealistic. I see females over there, okay?
I'm serious. Just
Okay, it's a joke,
do
it's
the
a joke,
Google
chill,
thing.
chill.
Glory is one of the most popular games in the world, being a super duper awesome game where everyone's friendly and no one calls their mother a whore for picking Yasuo and going 0-5 in the first 5 minutes. Our protagonist is one of the oldest and most decorated players the game has ever seen, but at the granddaddy age of 25, which I'm absolutely serious is really old for esports athletes, and unwilling to take part in any of his team's promotional marketing, even though he's still one of the best players in the game, he doesn't provide a lot of financial benefits to his organization. So his organization literally did a pro gamer move and fired him, which, I'm gonna be honest, wasn't very poggers of them. That wasn't poggers at all, man.
Don't
Like, come on,
please
that's
stop.
an epic gamer moment. That's an epic fail moment. What the fuck am I saying? Being forced to resign and stay away from the professional league for at least a year, he gets a job at an internet cafe, and so begins his new journey, as he starts a completely new account and climbs his way up the ranks once more, building up a new team of gamer girls and not Asuna as he plans his epic comeback on a bigger stage of gaming. From the basic plot description, you may think this sounds like yet another video game anime with an OP protagonist stomping noob after noob, and, well, you're absolutely right. I mean, the guy's name literally translates to Battle God, for fuck's sake. What do you think's gonna happen when he starts a fresh
Battle
account? This guy ain't no pog chump. He's a pog champ. Fuck me, that was an awful line. Why did I keep that in the script? Basically, the show is what would happen if you had Faker, Daigo, or any legendary player start off in the lowest ranks of their respective game and grind that.
Start from level. Oh my god, that would be disgusting to watch. Oof. Can you imagine Faker stomping level 1s? No, those guys would probably stop playing League.
Their way back up. It's a
Immediately.
fucking smurfing show. It's Road to Challenger Anime Edition, alright? But if you know me, you know I'm not a guy who settles for your bog standard power fantasy anime. And what makes this show interesting for people like me is the additional element of esports, which is not something we've seen in anime before. Because the biggest problem I
Yo,
find
that
with
bitch
a lot of
wet.
video game
Yo,
anime
look at her.
esports, which is not something
She wet. She wet,
we've
brother.
seen in anime before. Because the biggest problem I find
drink
with a lot
that
of
coffee.
video game anime is how do you properly introduce stakes into an anime based entirely on a video game? Like, okay, you could be dunking on the biggest douchebag of all time, you could be taking part in some sick-ass online events, fuck man, you could even be fighting for nationals. But no matter if it's SAO, GGO, ALO, CSGO, or Raid Shadow Legends, it's hard to get invested in the outcome of the game because at the back of my mind, I'm just thinking, yo, it's just a game, bro.
And anyone that ever uses the excuse it's just a game is a horrible human being. And is
Wait, he said he plays League of Legends. You cannot have that. You cannot have the mentality of it's just a game when you play League of Legends, okay? You just cannot. It doesn't work.
It's only a game. Why
Or
is it
CS:GO.
made?
To borrow some shows like Log Horizon,
play
which
ranked
just has
in CS:GO.
insanely interesting world building and mechanics, the default answer is just to make some nice little wholesome slice of life where the whole point is just to have fun with your friends and be a casual gamer. Alternatively, just go, well, if you die in the game, you die in real life. Or, you know, just make the game into an isekai world where if you die in the world, you die in the game, so you die in real life. But the beauty of this taking place in the world of esports is that these are actual stakes we see in the real world. This isn't just a high school team where you and your mates piss about in your local LAN tournament, it's the real professional esports scene. Not only is your pride on the line, but so are player contracts and winnings worth hundreds of thousands or even millions of dollars. And it does a good job showing that a pro isn't just about being good at the game. Some of the more interesting subplots outside of the game itself is just seeing the politics behind the esports scene, because there's more to creating a professional team than just getting good players. You need to think about marketing and hype, public perception and reputation. Signing big names isn't just about getting high skill players. Big names bring with them big followings, and aside from winning, there are more ways to grow a dedicated fan base. At the end of the day, it doesn't stop reminding us that esports, the teams and the brands are, well, a business. What I'm saying is, it's nice that we found an in-between from cute anime girls do gamer girl things, and yo, hold up, I gotta land this sick combo or I die in the game where I die in real life. The show obviously has a good understanding of the competitive gaming scene, especially when compared to other anime. Like, remember when Kirito was a god at SAO simply because he was a beta player? Well, there's a bit more that goes into that here. Of course, there's a highlight on APM and raw game mechanics, but what I especially like is the emphasis on game knowledge. Anyone who's gotten into competitive video games knows that at the highest level, there are plenty plenty of mechanically skilled players, and what really separates the good from the absolute best are people's depth of game knowledge, which is shown as an equally important
Which in real life terms is how much of a no-lifer you are. Okay. It is what it is, brother. It
why
is
the
what it is.
protagonist is so OP, because he's
Like those motherfucking... I have a friend, we used to play CSGO, okay? Your boy's aim is amazing. My game knowledge in CSGO, it doesn't exist. I mean, I remember what I remember from CS 1.6 or Source of the maps that existed back then. That's my game knowledge of CSGO. My boy was like, okay bro, I've been studying smokes. He throws some fucking random ass smokes the fucking bomb site from the other bomb site. I'm like, okay, but that doesn't change the fact that you cannot, shoot at the enemy. So why you learn this shit now?
He's amassed so much knowledge from playing the same game for 10 years. Not only
Why-
that,
why-
but King's Avatar backs it up with
Whatever.
pretty decent production values.
Ooh.
For the longest time, it felt like any animated show that came out of China was a few years from what we'd see here in Japan. But King's Avatar was one of the first shows that proved the potential of Chinese animation. It isn't god tier, ufotable, or blown
It looks
level
pretty
yet,
good.
but in my opinion, it matches up to some of the better anime
damn,
out there.
that looked
the
awesome.
series sports some pretty
Okay,
impressive
it's-
in-game. In
yeah.
my opinion, it matches up to some of the better anime out there. The series sports some pretty impressive in-game fight scenes at times. It's just too bad that there's only so much you can do to make mouse clicking and keyboard tapping hype. Like, there would be times where this epic anime battle would be happening on screen and then they would cut to the real life characters and it kind of felt like... I'd actually say the biggest disappointment I've had with the series thus far is the actual esports of this esport anime.
Wait, what?
Since Glory is based on an MMO and not a MOBA
Oh,
like League or a fighting
wait.
game or an FPS, we follow up.
MMO. So they doing arena fights? Yo, your boy used to be fucking amazing at 2v2 arenas in Right of the Lich King.
Our main team as they grind their characters to max level, and honestly, it sometimes felt just like that. A grind. Because that's what mostly happens in Season 1. Look, I know we have to build up the team and their characters before we enter the league and everything, but I'm gonna be real here. I don't care how many noobs you stomp, I don't care how many records you set on your new server, I just want to hear an overly excited Korean man shouting, In Season 2, we've at least reached the professional level where all the pro players are interacting with each other, but the teams haven't even fully assembled yet or reached max level. So while it is nice to see the esports element being put into a game series for once, it hasn't yet felt like an esports anime. I remember watching Season 1 a
Exotic.
few years ago and saying this wasn't an esports anime, this was an anime with esports in it.
Ah.
At least that's what I would be saying if we didn't have the OVA series. For me, by far the biggest highlight so far is a 3-episode OVA that takes place between Season 1 and 2. And as an esports fan watching it, it was everything I wanted. The arc details an all-star type exhibition event between some of the top players in the league, and it pretty much encapsulates the hype and appeal of a big esporting event. Even though it was just an exhibition, it was cathartic to see all the pros and the teams that were built up playing on a stage far bigger than any of your typical sports anime, even if it was just technically for pride. It was surprising how well it captured the energy of a big event like this, with pretty insane animation in some of the fights, signing off with a narrative climax that made me stamp down and say yes.
Yes.
This is exactly why I wanted an esports anime. The only problem is, it just made me impatient for the story to get to a point where we get to see teams actually competing again on a stage like this in actual high stakes matches. Because if this is just a taste of how good things could be, it has the potential to stand up to the hype of some of our favorite sports anime. But as it stands, we are still grinding to get to that point. Look, I'm going to be completely honest. To most people, this is just going to be another slightly above average power fantasy anime with no difference from most isekai or magic harem high schools. But if you are someone like me who loves keeping up with esports and has been looking for that non-existent anime if you are someone like me...
Y'all see what's wrong here? Do y'all see what's wrong? Hey, listen. If you have titties that big, you need to wear a bra, okay? Those things are going everywhere. Okay? Have some decency.
who loves keeping up with esports and has been looking for that non-existent anime to scratch that itch, then I highly recommend you give King's Avatar a chance. To me, it's not always about finding the best shows, because part of the reason I got into anime was so I can find niche stories and settings that I couldn't find anywhere else. And in this case, if Japan wasn't going to make it, then I'm more than happy to look outside. The esports scene in Japan is still very small. Competitive gaming takes a backseat to how big the mobile gaming industry is here. Unless you're a self-proclaimed diamond-ranked gacha game player like me, also known as I have a big fucking problem. It's unlikely we would have gotten an esports anime, so it's times like these I'm glad that not only has anime gotten more international, but so has its influence. Barring the bigger surprise that an esports manhwa hasn't come out of Korea yet, the scene in China is still massive.
Exactly. I was just thinking that. I'm kind of surprised. Like Korea in esports, like, god damn, they fucking decimate everything.
Infrastructure now mirroring more
That they
traditional
do.
sports, with league teams having their own dedicated stadiums in their home cities, which is crazy to think about. So it's no wonder an animated series like this had the chance to be produced there. Currently, season 1 and 2 of King's Avatar is available right here on YouTube, officially subbed. So unfortunately, you're gonna have to look elsewhere for the OVA series.
What?
So, in conclusion,
Watch animes on
stop
YouTube?
playing League of Legends!
Fuck that song. I ain't listening to anymore. I've heard that too many times. Okay, well, that was the Chinese esport anime. It looks kind of decent, I'll be honest. You might take a look at it. If anyone's seen it, let me know what y'all think. Gigguk obviously likes it, but Gigguk likes some weird stuff sometimes. Okay, so we gotta be careful. Anyway, let me know what y'all think about this video. Like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you next time. Everybody have a nice fucking day. Wait, mouse.